Manchester, or somewhere in the middle. Be sure to spend your leisure time by visiting the Wirral.
I've come across to New Brighton to have a look at a new mural on the corner of the Harbour Hotel, and while I'm here I'm going to get another song done. This time I'm going to ask the AI about Malta, mainly because it's a place that I've never been to and I know nothing about, so I can't tell the AI anything. And once he or she or it has done the song, I'm going to have to go to Malta itself and check it out, I suppose.
So I must get out of bed. We travel on a Tuesday at any time of day.
Welcome to Malta. It's an Instagram spot. We're on the roof of a hotel with views out to the Mediterranean, or this little bay anyway. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Malta. When you first arrive at the airport, welcome to Malta comes from Lidl. The part of the island we're in doesn't have any Lidls, but never mind. And you'll also see signs to tell you about the National Aquarium. We'll go and have a look at that later on. A little more about Malta for those who didn't know. I certainly didn't until we decided to come here. Its currency is the euro, and it's an hour ahead, just like Spain, so those two things match up. Weather isn't as good in the winter, but we've had 1 or 2 days like today with a bit of sunshine, but mostly rain, an awful lot of wind, and we couldn't fly the drone. The sockets in the hotel, well, the sockets on the whole island, the main sockets are 13 amp, the square pin type G that we have in the UK. So you go on holiday to Europe thinking you've got all the right adapters and European plugs, and you arrive and find that actually you needed the UK ones you left at home. If you've any known way of getting your euros out of a cash machine, I would do it, because the whole island is covered in ATMs and they're all part of Euronet. Now Euronet is a network of cash machines which will charge you a lot of money to take your euros out. So when I first arrived I thought, I'll have a bit of cash, go and take 40 euros out. It wanted to charge me €4.95 for the privilege, over 10%, so I wasn't having that. We did eventually find a solution to that, because up in the nearby town there is an HSBC cash machine that doesn't charge you at all. Now, we never managed to find anything like that in Spain, so that's +1 for Malta. We arrived at night and a shuttle bus took us down to our hotel at Mellieha Bay. The first thing we needed to do was get some refreshment, and in my usual way I needed to try the local beer, which is called Chisk. The following morning we went for a walk around the immediate area, Mellieha Bay on the Mediterranean, and there's the big dual carriageway goes past this beach. We went through a tunnel underneath there and up the other side to explore some of the flora and fauna. I think that's what they call it anyway. Our hotel is 1 block back from the Mediterranean, and we can choose either to go in the front entrance from the main road or walk round the back streets and go in the back way. We have a first floor room with a balcony, and we can just see the sea by looking through the houses that are just behind the hotel. The weather changes from day to day, so this is our first look at what it's going to be like, and of course if we see a sunny day then we think we should go and wander round. We're down at sea level and the town of Mellieha is up on a hill, so we have to climb up there first, and you can see where we're going because the Parish Church is right at the top. It's a fairly long and winding road. We did walk up it, only the once, that was enough, and finally got to where the church is. Even when you think you've got there, there's still some more climbing to do, but eventually everything levels out and you're in a courtyard at the back of the church. As you walk towards the viewpoints from up here, you come across the cemetery. And that was quite an interesting one, because here they have full colour photographs of the people who've passed away, and to me it just seems so much more human. And you go in there and you want to remember your relatives. Here they are in full colour. After all, this is the 21st century. Why shouldn't we remember them in colour? If you're one of the people who's had that long walk up the hill, there is a recreation area here where your children can continue to burn off energy while you sit and unwind. And there's a cafe up here called the Seaview Cafe, which you can get your refreshments at. So no need to go very far once you get here. Let's swing round and get a sample of the views that you get from up here, and now you appreciate just how far up the hill we have walked. And down below is our hotel on that line of buildings at the front there. Up at this level and alongside the church, also with good views out to sea, are some apartments, and here's a slightly different view with a different perspective, but it's still out to sea. Back to the church, and the front of it faces into the town, so we're going into town next. I've just been calling this Mellieha Parish Church. I'll give it its full title. It's the Parish Church of the Nativity of the Virgin Mary. It was built between 1881 and 1898, and the dome and the bell towers were completed between 1920 and 1940. Just don't say I never give you any of the history of your place. That's all you're getting though. So, moving on to our tour of the town centre, and you will see a number of delivery bikes around here, but they're mainly two companies with very similar names. There's Bolt and there's Volt, and you may notice the odd one later on. As well as things on the main road, there are little areas like this which have coffee shops you may be familiar with. Just for a change from wall murals, we got some step murals here. We got a gift shop kind of place that was going bananas. And if you didn't find the little square with the Starbucks, then there's a Costa on the main street. And if you don't like them, well, you know where you can go. I think the Bank of Velletta were telling me where to go. I couldn't get any cash out here. My card didn't work either contactless, or it wouldn't let me put it into the machine either, so we carried on paying by card. Need a haircut? Well, try the Rock Barber. Unfortunately it was closed, but you could see the musical influence through the window, and I wonder what music he'd play you as he cut your hair. That Bolt car you can see just across the road is parked outside a shop where they do all the local pastries, and that's what we're going to do for our lunch right now. We scanned across the top shelf, couldn't decide which to have, so we had one of each. After we'd done a lot of walking around the town, I think we needed a drink, and Ruth was trying to find something different to have, and ended up with this limoncello, which was a lot cheaper than the wine, by the way. Of course, I had the local beer, why not? We're in Mellieha. I think that's how you pronounce it, Mellieha. It's on the island of Malta, in case you hadn't gathered so far, and we've just been looking around the town centre here. This is the grotto. Now let me get this right. Our Lady of the Grotto. This is a shrine to Our Lady of the Grotto, and we've just come down a whole load of steps to get to here, and the next stage means going virtually underground down a whole load more steps, and it's very dark down there, and there's lots of candles, and I know that before I even went down there, because the smell of the candles burning comes up here as you enter. So we're going to have a look in the grotto right now, but we're actually staying in Mellieha Bay, so you're going to see a lot more of that as well.
streets so grand, cobblestone paths, footprints in the sand. Underneath the azure sky so wide, Malta's charm, where hearts reside. Cafes hum with life, a gentle tune. In the harbor, boats sway with the moon. Mediterranean breeze whispers so clear. With every wave, love draws near. Oh, Malta, with your timeless grace, in your embrace I find my place. Your history and tales untold, in you, my love, I unfold. Shores caress the sea, golden bays where dreams run free. Silent whispers from the ancient walls echo through the island halls. Church bells ringing, market stalls bustling. Maltese nights, oh, they're so enchanting. Wine in hand beneath the stars we sway. Mediterranean nights turn to day. Oh, Malta, with your timeless grace, in your embrace I find my place. Your history and tales untold, in you, my love, I unfold. Church bells ringing, market stalls bustling. Maltese nights, oh, they're so enchanting. Wine in hand beneath the stars we sway. Mediterranean nights turn to day. Oh, Malta, with your timeless grace, in your embrace I find my place. Your history and tales untold, in you, my love, I unfold. In you, my love, I unfold.
Woo!